Good night, good evening, 8 o'clock, whatever you want it to be. Welcome to Deck Night on the Rocks.
I'm Amy.
Homer. We're going to give a shot to some Ben Holiday. Check us out in just a second. Hey, Deck Night fans, subscribers, members, YouTube watchers, potential members, potential subscribers, or just people scrolling on by who decided to click on that thumbnail because you wanted to, for whatever reason. Welcome to the deck. We're going to jump into some Ben Holiday.
Yeah, Ben Holiday. We were introduced to this from some members a year ago.
Yep.
We became some fans.
Yeah. So. It's been a while. Actually, we've had a lot, but it's been a while since we've had it. So the way things go with bourbon and the way our palates are, you never know. We might hate it.
That's true. We liked it before.
But
this is, when you look at the color, it's I would go with a soft red. Am I right?
I say that because of what it says on the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Soft red blend. It's like a wine, a fine wine.
I would say it's definitely a different color than the standard bronze.
Yeah.
It's to me, it reminds me of Wild Turkey because Wild Turkey tends to have a little red to it. So, but it's
really, I just think it's of its own.
Well, I said it reminds me, but it is different. It is like it's more of a. It really does remind me of a blush wine.
It does.
The color.
So does Ben Holiday have not a soft red, but a red?
Well, I wanted to read that because that was something I didn't know. So I'm going to pop the computer up here real quick, and we're going to have a little lesson, a little Ben Holiday lesson. So Ben Holiday is a different bourbon. It's a Missouri.
Oh, hard red. Did I say hard red?
No, you didn't say hard.
I didn't say hard red. Red.
Ben Holiday is a Missouri straight bourbon whiskey because everybody else is Kentucky or, you know, there's a lot of out west ones and stuff. You never really hear about Missouri. There might be. You guys from Missouri are probably going to educate me.
I'm pretty sure there is another Missouri, but go ahead.
You're probably going to educate me on all the different bourbons in Missouri, but this is the only one I can remember there being. So I just think it stands out because it's Missouri, and it's weird how things work because you know how it is. Like you've never heard of something, never seen it before, and then someone mentions it, and then all of a sudden you see it everywhere. Because I don't remember Ben Holiday ever being a thing until our member Zoom. And
yes,
then
then all of a sudden we were seeing it. But isn't that funny how that goes?
Yeah, I think like we just did the five bourbons of every occasion. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. I did mine. She did hers separate. They're really good videos. Go check those out. Tac. So one of the questions was, what's a hipster bourbon? Or one that, and that definition was one that you were into before it was popular. Mine was Wilderness Trail. Hers was Chattanooga whiskey. This one would have been a really good one, but we can't say that we were into it prior to because
we weren't.
We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
This one would fit that really well because it's to me, it's probably, and I'd have to do some more research, but on what we've read today, it hasn't said anything about it. It's not owned by a major corporation like Campari or Diageo. It's probably its own thing. So if you guys know, comment below about where Ben Holiday come from or who owns them or what their history is. But what I want to get into, so it doesn't take forever, I have a 30-minute video, is it's called soft red wheat. And I've never seen any other bourbon. Of course, they'll probably start popping up because I've got it in my head. And you guys will probably all say, well, this is soft red and that's soft red. Go ahead, comment below. But this is soft red wheat. And what soft red compared to hard red, which until tonight, I didn't know that was a thing. Hey, YouTube watchers, if you're watching this channel, that means you like bourbon, or you like us, or you don't like us, and you're watching. But whatever reasons why you're watching, there's a way you can keep watching.
Like, comment, hit the bell, subscribe, and share.
So whenever you guys hit the bell, that'll give you notifications for whenever we post a video. And the important thing that it does is let you know we'll do a live stream. Also, you get this little button down here that says join. You guys can join and be a member, be part of the Deck Night crew. There's multiple levels of membership that will give you different options and opportunities to participate with the channel.
Join us on our live stream coming up soon.
Keep sipping. See you next time. And I had read it on this bottle, and I figured that was just a marketing ploy. But it's actually a thing. Soft wheat is planted in
the
spring, and the hard red, winter is soft.
Oh, okay.
So winter is soft and spring is hard. And what the difference is what the major difference in the two is the soft red wheat has a lower percentage of gluten.
So you gluten-free people, not so free, but you can drink this.
And so what gluten is a protein. This is, you guys can read it back here. It's
Your head's
the
away.
reason why there's so much more soft wheat being used in distillation probably has to do with the difference in gluten, which is protein. And we all know that protein is not something that we do in the distilling process. It gets in the way. It gets in the way of the extra protein is just getting in the way of the extra sugar. And sugar is what, and the yeast is what is feeding the fermentation. So the soft red wheat has a better distilling process and works better for the bourbon, the formation process. So that's what I wanted to read.
Interesting facts.
So that's what I wanted to read about this. So that makes this different in that way.
So we are drinking a winter tonight.
Yes, a winter bourbon.
Ooh, which we are
and
getting
officially,
into.
I believe today might actually be the official first day of fall. Could be
I
wrong.
know our leaves are falling, so.
I could be wrong. It's somewhere around here. It'll be soon.
It's a little warmer out tonight.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, he's always sweating though.
So,
but I don't have a jacket on. Our temperatures are going everywhere.
all right.
So let's get into
go
this.
ahead and give it a nose.
I do want to. I want to pay attention to this label. This is like a vintage.
I know. Yeah, I do like the
style, label and the style, which you don't see very often.
The style of the font and the truck on it.
So I really, when I see this, I do think of wine.
That's not something
because
I want to think, but okay.
You don't want to think wine?
I
like wine. But I do think that these labels look a little bit more like wine labels to me. And then you've got the colors.
Well, the bottle's kind of more, it's not a wine bottle, but it does have a wine bottle shape because wine's usually taller.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I just don't want to think about wine when I think bourbon.
Why?
Because every wine bourbon I've had, like bourbon finished in a wine barrel, I've not liked.
Oh.
Anyway, you go taste it. This bottle's cool. I like it. We don't talk about the bottle as much as we used to, but I love that they put the information on the side here. It has the floor. So it has 7 different floors of Rick House C, and it tells you the percentages of the batch that was pulled from each floor pertaining to each barrel. So, for example, floor 1 is 2%, and floor 6 and 7 were 0%. So the majority of this came from the middle of the floors, and it can be more aggressive and hotter.
I'm getting those of some cinnamon fruit.
So I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm putting up the notes on the screen if you guys can read along with us. So go ahead and tell us what you think.
Can I read? I can't look.
You look, you say, and then I'll talk. I just got to find it.
I get some dark fruits.
Breaking Bourbon didn't have this one done, or at least I couldn't find it. So this is the bourbon culture.
If you guys haven't yet blown into your glass to get your notes and smell, it works like a charm.
Yeah, it gets all that ethanol out of there.
It totally works. You can get so much more of the smell of what those familiar noses than that burn.
Let's get into it.
But I'm sticking with cinnamon, dark fruits, and maybe some apple, which is not a dark fruit, right? Is a dark fruit an apple?
No, I don't think it is. We did look this up before, and I don't remember which is which, but I don't believe apple is a dark fruit.
Oh, because of stone fruit. No, we didn't. We looked up stone fruit.
Yeah, but it said the difference of all of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay, so what are you getting?
Goodness.
And have you looked at this?
Yeah, of course I have. So
you're a cheat, so you don't even matter. Which I am not right at all.
Well, I'm getting goodness. It's very sweet. It's not just vanilla. It's very fruity, but I know it's distinct fruit for me. It does have a fruity sweetness and a little bit of vanilla with it, but no caramel and leather or oak and stuff that you normally get.
Well, this is saying a sweet opening of toffee and brown sugar blend in nicely with a touch of vanilla.
A little bit of hay.
I am actually not getting that at all.
A little bit of hay.
Hay?
Wheat, the wheat and hay, yeah, standard.
This is more developed than I was giving it credit for. I'm surprised to find a decent amount of oak.
No oak for me.
I'm not. Something that I think is extra hard to get rid right at this age, the fruit seems less noticeable. I actually am getting more fruit than I am, and this person is. Yeah. What about you?
I'm not getting the toffee or brown sugar. I'm getting the vanilla and fruit. And some of the hay.
So you got the vanilla.
So we disagree with bourbon culture. Doesn't mean we're right or they're probably more right than we are. I'm just saying I disagree. All right, give it a taste.
Okay.
Watch the tasting. They got to represent. Florida State just won their first game, beat California. Thank God. If we were going to beat someone, it had to be California. And that's why I wear my Florida State shirt to celebrate. But it's 1-3, so I'm not celebrating too hard. Just glad they won, barely. What else?
Now, what year is this?
6 year.
So it's younger.
It's mildly young.
It's got some burn to be young.
It's not but what kind of burn? Because
A
really
full
young,
mouth.
the really young burns, like a 2 or 4 year bourbon, to me has that ethanol, just gross burn. I like a burn, but I want the burn to be more of a spicy burn, like cinnamon or rye spice or baking spice or something. Not the damn chemical alcohol burn you get from drinking toilet liquor.
I don't know how he doesn't get fruit from this when you smell it.
I do. I said
Oh,
fruit.
I know.
just
I
don't
meant
know.
them.
Oh. I thought you meant me. And I thought, I don't have a specific fruit. I can't give you any one specific, but I do smell fruit. It's sweetie. Like a fruit. To me, it's like a parfait. You know, like that has the fruit and vanilla smells to it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
I'm not getting that. So with this tasting
it?
Yeah, I've already tasted it. I'm getting a full rounded burn. Like it's just a heat. It's not like a burn going down. It's causing you.
Water.
Maybe he has gotten some burn, but it's not that burn that I'm thinking.
It's a whole mouth burn.
It's a whole mouth, but it's not going into your chest.
And I did a little bit, but it's probably my heartburn. It's probably me, not so much the bourbon. But what I'm getting is an intensified burn. So it burns right away, which is enjoyable, but then it keeps getting more hot.
More hot.
Which is more than I want. So it starts out like good, and then the heat grows, and it's gone away now. Now it's enjoyable. The mouthfeel I have now, after 30 seconds, is enjoyable.
That heat that goes around your mouth, it doesn't like particularly zing anything. It's just a full flavored,
it's
and
an
it
even
goes away. It does.
But it's not like a real hard zing. I get that.
I'm still getting that fruit. I feel like it's a different kind of wine that has that bourbon thing going on. Maybe it's just stuck in my head because that's what I was thinking when I looked at the bottle. But I'm getting...
I would say so because I get no wine in this at all.
It's not a wine. It's like the fruit of a wine, like a fermented...
Yeah. I mean, I get that. But I would not at all put this...
And I'm still getting those apples.
I wouldn't put this next to wine and be like, this is like... If you took the burn that we're feeling out of this and just made the 0 burn, 0 heat, I could could separate. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Like, cause when you take like a Merlot or a
Cabernet,
Malbec or something, they get that strong. The Malbec and the Cabernet have a strong berry flavor, but there's obviously no burn.
Yeah.
So if I separated the burn from this, I could get that.
Yeah. But that's what I like about bourbon is it has a kick. What are you getting? I'm getting that. I still get the apple.
A little kick in the dick.
On my taste. Oh, I don't know if it kicks me anywhere.
Did it kick you in the dick?
But it doesn't kick me there. Or yours. Now I lost my words.
Well, let's see what the palate says.
Okay.
We're probably way longer.
Wait, you need to say what you tasted.
Did I not?
You didn't.
I did the heat. And I agreed with you.
You got apples?
No. Now that you said apples right when I put it up to my mouth.
You got apples? It's all about that brain.
Like a green apple.
No, actually, I'm not getting green apple.
I got green apple. All right, so what the palate says on bourbon culture is each sip sees a nice caramel sweetness. You hear that? No, I don't.
I get that caramel.
Accompanied by the orchard fruits. Orchid fruits. I guess it'd be like
apples.
Apples. Oranges.
Grapes.
I don't think grapes are vines.
I don't think
orchids. Orchards.
I don't think oranges are on orchids. I think they're on trees.
Orchards. What's an orange? Orange. It's a tree. It's orchard.
Oh, like okay.
I think.
I'm not getting orange at all.
Anyway, apples. We'll go with apples. Baking spices, oak spice come next with cinnamon, peppercorns, and a touch of allspice. I agree with that.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that.
I'm on board with that. All right, that's enough. So, here's the question, and this is what they present on this, and we've decided to run along with it, so this is going to be a little bit longer video, but we're going to try to speed it up. This thing says it's weeded, so the number one weeded bourbon in the world is Makers, and it's because there's Weller and Pappy and Old Fitz and stuff, but Makers, all those are subsidiaries of other companies that do other things. Maker's Mark does nothing but weeded bourbon. They are the weeded bourbon
So they don't have a rye at all?
No, not at all. In this article, it says this is a competitor to Maker's Mark in every sense. In fact, the only difference that really stood out is Maker's Mark's fruit leans a bit more towards cherries, and the Ben Holladays leans a bit more towards
apples. I'm right.
It says Maker's Mark and this are a lot of similar And while I'd love to say that you should pick the Holiday over Makers, it comes down to price. And everybody knows that Maker's Mark is relatively cheap. Ben Holiday is not. And it's probably due to volume. But Ben Holiday does not produce on the levels Maker's Marks. And why would they? They've not been around for 100 years.
I will let you know that when you smell the differences in this, way you get that apple 100% and that bright cherry. It's not a dark cherry. It's a bright,
like
fresh
a maraschino?
Cherry.
Or like well, you said
Try
fresh, so
try it.
What do you mean by fresh cherry?
Let me know. Let me see if you get the it's like a.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that?
I'm not saying the apple stands out to me as much, but the cherry definitely. From smell,
you're getting
going
that.
from this to this. Like if I just smelled this on its own without doing this,
I probably wouldn't get as much.
I probably wouldn't have because you all know me that I suck at nosing, but that definitely brings the cherry.
So
out.
if you're at home and you compare anything, it is very your brain does so much.
Oh yeah, brain's very powerful.
It is powerful. It's a powerful muscle.
Is it a muscle?
I don't know. Let's erase that.
You just leave it. What is the brain? Is it a muscle?
It's a squishy thing in your head.
Squishy. All right, you go first.
Pretty sure it's a muscle.
I'm not going to argue because I don't know.
That cherry is so up there. I never actually got that so much cherry until now.
In Makers? Oh no. I've gotten to the point where I didn't like Makers anymore.
So is this a cast strength?
Well, it's the Makers 101. So we have the standard Makers, which is 90 proof, but we have this. We do have the 46 cast strength, but I didn't want to do the 46 because they use the staves to create a different profile compared to the standard Makers, and they were referring to standard. But this is the standard Makers. It's not been proofed down. It's just right out of the, well, it's 101. Pretty sure it doesn't say cast strength, but I think it is for them.
Okay, so go ahead and try that. So what is the proof on here to that? Whew. Seems weak, doesn't it?
So this is, because it is. This is 120 proof. This is 101 proof.
Okay.
So it's 19 proof difference. This is way smoother, way less burnt. Like, matter of fact, and maybe if I drink it first, my mouth is acclimated to that 120 proof and a little bit of heat. This has no heat at all, too.
Well, go back to that because...
No, I don't want to. No, I'm scared.
Oh, who wants to find an old haunted village?
We'll do it anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you definitely have more of a heat on here.
Way more.
Oh, it like makes it...
But my mouth's acclimated. It's not as powerful as it was before.
It's not ha ha ha.
It's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's not one of those heats that I don't want to drink anymore.
So if you were blindfolded right now, you definitely would be able to taste the difference. You knew what it was. It's very comparable.
You said comparable. What do you mean by that?
It's very different. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's
because
very
it is
different.
Extremely different. Like there's no way in hell right now I couldn't. If you just did this, I'd easily tell you which one's which. This
is cheaper than this.
Yeah, just because of volume though. Not because it's better. Not because this is better than that. It's just they just produce way more.
But if you were telling me to go and try, which one would you start me out on?
A new bourbon drink. Never had bourbon really before.
Maybe I've just never had Holiday and Makers. Where would you tell me to go?
Are you telling me to pick which one I like better? Because that's a different question.
I know.
Because, I mean, I think if for new bourbon drinkers that are not experienced and not used to heat, it just depends on where they're at in their journey with alcohol. Because if you can handle heat, if you're drinking tequila, high-proof tequila and high-proof vodka, you can handle the burn, then I'd tell you to go with this. But if you're new to everything and you don't do burn, I'd tell you to go to that.
I disagree with you because I drank wine, no burn, before all of this, and I didn't like the no burn. When I went to bourbon, I liked the burn.
I don't know. So
depends on the person.
So everybody's different.
But what would you... Okay, Holiday and which one do you like better?
I think I like the nose on the Makers better.
I do like the nose better. But that's not what you're drinking.
I think.
You're not going to pick up one and say, oh, that nose is better, I'm going to buy that, when I like the drink of it.
A lot of people do.
They like they'll buy over a nose than the taste.
Well, like sometimes you can like a bottle or whatever.
And then they
like I'm buying one shot.
And they didn't drink it?
You're buying one shot, like which one am I getting? Like I don't know, maybe not.
I definitely I probably would have done that at the beginning. I'm like, that smells better. I'm going to go with this. Don't do that. Smell it and drink it because it's completely different. This smell is so much better than here, but I like that Ben Holiday better.
I wouldn't say so much better. I would say I think the Maker's smell is better, but it ain't so much better. It's not way better. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if I put, for me, because y'all know I don't do heat very
do
well,
like that
and you
apple.
can see that it's burning me up. I think I would enjoy the Ben Holiday on the rocks.
Yeah, but this neat.
Yep.
Hmm.
But I think I would drink. I think I'm gonna pick the Ben Holiday over the Makers no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think I would enjoy the Ben Holiday more if it was on the rocks.
Now we've had a better Ben Holiday than this.
I don't know.
I
I think
we
we have. I think we had a Ben Holiday over Dave's that wasn't this one, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
because
what it was.
I feel like there's been a Ben Holiday that was way better than that I've tried. Dave, correct me, but I think it was at your house. I'm not a fan of Makers, so
No, I mean I'm not a. I thought I didn't like Makers anymore, but that's probably just their standard because we have the Heart series, and I really enjoy the Heart series. Is really good. I like Makers for what it is, but I don't think.
But I'm gonna stick with this Ben Holiday.
I don't think it compares. I don't think it doesn't. It's a good bourbon. It's cheap. It's for the price you paid for it. It's worth it. It doesn't suck.
And you get a cool bottom.
But I think this is a Ben Holiday video anyway. We're just comparing to that, so this is better. It's a good bourbon. If you haven't had it, you should try it. I like the soft red wheat storyline. I like the design, the label. It's from Missouri. It's different. I think it's good stuff. I think you should try it. People should keep on trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Ben Holiday. Yeah, so that's our story. What's yours? Which one would you pick?
All right, so before we dip on out of here, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell. If you guys are interested in or like what we do and interested in seeing more that regular people don't, or
Regular people.
that everybody on YouTube gets to see,
Are we not regular people?
hit that join button down here. And if you're using your phone, there's no join button. So you got to go to the description. It's the top line of the description. You just go to the description, hit that, and I'll take you to where you can join and be a member.
Oh, that's good information.
Yeah, because we've been asked a lot, so it's good to know.
Because who uses their computer anymore?
Not very many people.
Yeah, so listen to that.
All right, so anything else?
No, thank you guys all for coming out and watching us, and go and compare your own Ben Holiday and Makers.
And give us a
Let
comment.
us know which one you're going to pick.
All right, that's it. See y'all next time.
Keep sipping. No, that's just on the video.
What do you mean?
So it's probably not 8 o'clock when you release it.
It's 8 o'clock for us, so it's nighttime. Deck night. We're back to doing it at night.
All right.
On the rocks. No rocks. Just dry. Just neat. Whatever.